of the official DOIJ podcast. Today I am joined by our moderator, one of our moderators, 2K, or I think it's IXX2KXXI. I'm not sure what all that's about, but, whatever. I know we are starting the stream a little bit late. We had a bit of technical issues with the Discord, but we have fixed those issues, so I know that basically technical issues is someone made it so people could join the Studio One chat, which is what we're in, on their own free accord, which, yes, we want you all to be able to join, but we don't want you to be able to join freely. We are going to be working on a way to allow you all to join the podcast. We're going to have to drag you in there. So, that should be figured out by the end of the weekend. Might be into next weekend, I don't know, or end of the week. Next week, because I am not going to be home this weekend, but I will be in contact with the staff and all that throughout the weekend. But anyway, let's go ahead and get on into it. Did you, no, I'm not, okay. Curious if I need to do the link or not, which I do.
How do I get the link? That's what I'm trying to do right now.
I got it, no worries, I got it, man.
Well, I don't even know how to do that. Actually, wait, yes, I do. How do I get the link?
I hear somebody has a bit of a podcast. There you go. Alright. Hello, thank you for joining. Alright, let me just keep a quick eye on this, a few things. So I see that someone is in the podcast waiting room. The way for y'all to actually join the podcast has not officially been set up, as it is going to take some testing. So I do apologize when no one can join the podcast tonight. Today's podcast, whatever time it is for you. Right now you cannot join, so I do apologize, but like I said, we are working on figuring the best way to do that, and we should have that figured out by the end of next week, hopefully by the end of the weekend, as I will bring my computer with me this weekend, and every chance I get, I will be trying to figure that out. But before I do all that, we'll have to have the staff meeting, which is tomorrow. Hey Poet, Big Tex, Ethan Slater, Blitz Metro, and Colin Lesser. With maths, I'm guessing you're all better at math than I am, because, hey, I'm not good at math. I'm really not good at math. I mean, last time I tried to do math, I accidentally told the staff to join the studio chat 20 minutes early when I meant, 20 minutes prior to the podcast starting when I meant to tell them 10. So, and what's really sad about that is the fact that I sat there for about 15 minutes actually trying to make sure my math is right in my head before I sent out the little message to them to tell them, hey, join. Yeah, that worked well. Oh, Poet. Well, you gotta give it 2 likes, man. Just telling you to like it, give it 2 likes. That's just how it do. Just how it do. yeah, so if you have any questions and you are, obviously you can send the questions in through the, I forgot to start the, definitely myself, that's not good. Let's go for Best Uncopyrighted Music 2018. If you do have any questions, you can of course send them in through the stream chat, or you can go ahead and use the send in questions chat in the DOIJ podcast server. So there actually is a kind of event going on, or event voting, which Tom is gone. If you wouldn't mind going ahead and DMing 2K or another moderator right now, and we'll deal with getting that. If they can't, then I will do that after the podcast. So we will get you situated there. But yeah, so we do have an event vote going on. Now please keep in mind, if you do go on the event, it will not. Even when the event is closed, it'll probably take up to a week, if not a little bit longer, to get it all sorted out for one of the podcasts. So it will not be the next podcast after the event closes, or the voting closes. Sorry. So yeah, just please be aware of that. But if you do want to vote, the only way to vote is to join the DOIJ podcast server. So I'm going to tell you 3 links in the description that you really need to pay attention to. The other ones that you can if you wish. The first one is going to be our amazing co-host, Stephanie Play the Vlogs. That's going to be her YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe to her real quick. Just pop over there, subscribe, and then come back and tell it, no, I'm not eating. Music off? Okay. I will turn the music off really. Do go ahead and subscribe to her. Just pop over there real quick, do that, and then come back. And then the next link is going to be to the podcast server if you are not already in that. It's a little loud. Okay. I will. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was watching YouTube. So if y'all do music, as a matter of fact, you know what? We're going to be doing a vote on that starting tomorrow in the podcast server. So if you do want to vote on, we're not going to have music tonight because I'm getting mixed reactions about the music. I get it's too loud. I don't mind y'all telling me if it's too loud, too quiet, whatever. I appreciate your feedback. I love your feedback. Your feedback makes this podcast, hopefully it makes it better. If not, my bad. I do apologize for that. But yeah, so join the podcast server if you are not in it already, and then the one after that should be the interview server to DOIJ. We have PS4, Xbox, and 5M GTA 5 roleplay, as well as Red Dead Redemption 2 roleplay on PS4 and Xbox One. That's a little rough going, because, well, no invite only is. But hey, Static. And, okay, I'll, use
Wait, what did you say?
no, I was saying, hey, Static, and then, I will, I'll tell 2K that, hey, 2K, stop eating, oh, I cannot drive, stop eating the marshmallows out of Poet's cereals, that's not nice. I get they're the best part of the cereal, but,
Never.
Come on, dude. No, you're going to take the heat for it because we will not admit to it actually being meat. So, yeah. Oh, did I say that out loud? Whoops. Okay, well, yeah, we're just going to blame 2K on that. We'll just go with that. Awesome. What is this? Speak a little slower. Right, okay. So I believe someone has put in a question. Unless that is someone tagging anybody. Why is there agents on the 5M server? That is a good question. I do not know the answer to that. As a matter of fact, looking back at the questions, Yeah, go ahead and send any question, either in the sending questions chat in the Discord server, or you can, of course, use the stream chat. Either one works. I am keeping an eye on both, best I can. So while you type in your question to wherever you're doing it, I'm going to answer Drifter. Actually, no, we're actually going to save that for tomorrow's podcast, when there's actually more people in here. Yeah. But I will tell you this, that hopefully by the end of the weekend, so basically by Monday's first podcast, we should have a few roles, a few staff roles for y'all to apply for, if you do want to be a part of the staff and help out with the podcast. It should hopefully be coming by the end of the weekend. But yeah.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I should say, in the podcast server, we just hit 300 members today. Thanks to one of our great owners, Uzi. So we can get that numbers up if you guys watch the stream. If you're not already in the podcast server, we would greatly appreciate you guys if you join. But thanks again, Uzi, for getting the numbers up in here.
That's awesome. We have hit 300 members in the server. I mean, if you think about it, I would say 26 hours ago, actually, 26-ish hours ago, we were only at 77 members, give or take. And now we're at 300, so that's, just a massive increase. Well, maybe not for like the massive, people that have like thousands of members and thousands of watchers, subscribers, all that, but you know what? Each and every one of you is important, at least in my eyes anyway. So thank you to each and every one of you that has joined the server, and for those that have subscribed, which I do recommend subscribing to, obviously, like I said, the Stephanie Plays the Vlogs. She's an amazing DOIJ YouTuber and co-host. And then, of course, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you know when we go live with a podcast, which we go live every 12 hours. This weekend, though...
We have another question.
Yeah, awesome. This weekend might be a little... there might be a few podcasts missing, seeing as how I'll be away, and I will not have... funny, I'm about to say I will not have my gear, or my equipment, when all it really is my PS4. and the PS4 mic, but I won't, so... oh my gosh. Okay. I'll answer that question in a minute, because it gets a little technical. Drippy Red, I think that's how you're going to pronounce it. The only subscriber so far. I like that. Awesome. Chris, I'm glad you like the podcast. It's off topic though. Off topic, actually. Poet? No. I hate to argue with you there, but it's not off topic because there is never really a topic to the podcast. Because as you know, pretty much every other podcast out there will have a set topic in mind. And when they start the either recording or they start going live, and they follow that topic list. Now, yeah, you can send in topics, and we may choose topics, but most podcasts we don't have a set topic. We'll kind of choose them a little bit after it gets on. If we can't think of anyone, if conversation does not lead to a topic. But I like doing things differently, so I kind of, we kind of like to let our conversations with you all lead to a topic. Put your question in this. Awesome. Okay, that's awesome. Ben Poet. That is awesome. That training says 2,000 numbers today as well. 2K tomorrow. Alright. Yes, I do, Poet. I do remember that. That was, I think, just a few days ago. Yes, I do want a potato. I do like potatoes. Potatoes are awesome. So, what is your question in there? What's the favorite thing you've done? Oh, man. Static, we'll start with you. I'm going to have to think on this because someone took my favorite scene yesterday. So, yeah.
That again?
What's your favorite scene you have done? Static, we will start with you.
I really don't remember. There's a lot of them.
Yeah,
Let me.
Yeah, so, and actually, while they think of their favorite scenes that they have done, I'm gonna answer your question, Drippy. I am on PlayStation 4, but I consider the PlayStation 4, the Xbox, and the PC to all be consoles, because really, if you think about it, what is a console? A console is a box with hardware in it. That obviously runs electricity, and to turn it on, you have to plug it in, and then to an outlet or power source, and then to be able to see what you are doing on the hardware, as it's running and whatever, you have to hook it up to a monitor or a screen of some sort. What is a PC? Well, a PC is, I'm not gonna give you the same explanation twice, but it's pretty much the same thing. And if you really think about it, so, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. So when people say that PCs aren't consoles, technically they are. By definition, they are. I mean, and you could also argue the fact that consoles are PCs, kind of. I mean, okay, that argument doesn't exactly match up as well, but it's there. It's there if you want to try. I mean, that's up to you, of course. Xbox runs 5, and that's awesome. That is awesome.
I think he's joking.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to be friendly here, just trying to give him that, just trying to be nice. See, we gotta call him out, though. How rude you become, 2K, jeez. And here I'll try to promote you to 10 mod. Well, I guess now I gotta demote you. Down to podcast secretary. Hey, Hulkbuster.
Hey, what's up?
Alright, so where is... Alright, Hulkbuster, what is your favorite scene that you have done?
Oh, we did this yesterday.
That is true, but people are here every time, so it's a subject, so why not?
Okay, so am I good, Zach?
Sorry, what?
Am I good to say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, one of my favorite scenes
No,
was,
not one of your favorites. It's gotta be your favorite. The question isn't, what is one of your favorite scenes?
My
The question is, what is your
favorite scene was, it was actually an event, me and the head of the B2 Xbox server. It was a president escort scene, cops, we had these assassins, we had the vice president of the president and bodyguards of the president and vice president. And we lined up at the Sandy Shores police station, and we had 2 limos, one for bodyguards and one for the president. And then we had 4 or 5 different cop cars in front and behind us. And then the assassins actually lined up along the route, and I think the route went
Sandy Shores Police Station, onto Panorama to the Yellow Jack, and then our right on 68, and then we made our way to, and then the assassin's goal was to try to kill both the vice president and the president. And if they were able to accomplish it, they earned so much money in disc. So like 300,000 if they were able. And it was pretty fun. We did a couple runs of this. We did like 2 runs, I think. But it was pretty funny because the very first run, we made it less restricted. So the assassins were able to do quite a bit. And what the assassins did on the first go-around was they took, at the Sandy Shores airfield, that gas station, they took all these cars and they parked them in the middle of the road and basically barricaded the road so the police escort couldn't get around it. And then they just lit up the limousines with machine gun fire. It was so funny. I was laughing so hard. And, of course, I'm thinking, oh, duck down, we'll be safe. I get shot in the head right away and I die. I mean, but it was a pretty good scene all in all. The V2 server can get pretty crazy with some of the scenes. Because, people bash on the V2 server for, they're all younger kids. But if you think about it, most of those younger kids have a lot more creativity than some of the other people in Maine. So,
yeah,
but
I can honestly believe that kids are going to have more creativity because they can use their imagination more. They can use their imagination. Because they probably use it, obviously more than adults, So I mean, very few adults actually use their imagination because it's really. Because people don't really approve it, But I mean, it was just kind of a bummer that it's that the world is so society driven. Like, what does a society approve of or disapprove of? I mean, obviously, excluding crimes and such and horrible things like that. But in terms of like having fun, that's not harming anybody. Like, if society doesn't approve of it, people don't do it. Because if you think about it, when was the most time you had fun when you were a kid? When you use your imagination. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, building that box rocket ship.
Exactly. I mean, and it is kind of sad that, now, because as I'm sure everybody knows, is that, I don't think it was even too long ago. I think probably about 8-10 years ago, is when, kids started going from playing outside and playing with their friends outside and whatnot, or even, just playing inside or whatever, to playing video games. And don't get me wrong, I love video games, but you should always, make the time to play with your friends if you got some, in your neighborhood. Now, I'm not saying you can't make friends online over video games, but if you got those friends, take the time to relish your childhood and enjoy your childhood, because growing up sucks. You know what I mean? I mean, it's because you don't really get that time to play, because as you get older, you're either having to deal with having to go to school, and then after a certain age, you either have to do with the school and work, or just work, or trying to worry about your finances. So I mean, just relish your childhood and enjoy it. If any kid is watching, anybody that has like a kid cousin or kid brother or sister or whatever, just make sure that you enjoy spending that bit of time to use your imagination and have fun. Because honestly, don't get me wrong, I love DOIJ and I love the fact that I'm in this server. And I love all people that watch the podcast, listen to the podcast, but I do kind of miss the childhood days of just, granted my so-called friends were complete assholes, but the ones that weren't, which are few and far between, I do miss going and not having to worry about anything but going outside and playing and being home by the time the sun went down. So, yeah. Let me see. Poets.
Interesting. BOD color.
What?
It's an interesting new BOD color. Xbox main.
Oh, well, not in Xbox.
It's like purple. Yeah, it's like purple now. It's kind of weird.
Poet, I want to tell you right now,
bright
just
yellow.
like I just mentioned, if, that would put you, right around the age that you just about to, you probably have a few more years left playing with your friends outside. I would highly recommend, if you have any friends in your neighborhood, because I don't know, maybe you live in a really bad neighborhood, maybe you live in a great neighborhood, I don't know. But if you do have any friends that's in your neighborhood, go and, I don't know, just, if someone lives in a cul-de-sac, play kickball. Maybe a little bit of wiffle ball in somebody's backyard, or you can just, granted, summer's pretty much over, so up an lemonade stand if you can, or just go for a walk with your friend, ride a bicycle, just think of something to do, and, hey, son, then try and do it on the cool days, like maybe, maybe get together with your friends in the morning, and, just try and, go out into the woods behind your house if you have woods behind your house, I don't know. Because trust me, you may not realize it now, but you're gonna miss those times. Okay, I hate snow too. I do hate snow too. But then again, snow was a lot more fun when I didn't have to shovel it every time it snowed. So there you go. If you love pillows, you don't even have to really go outside to enjoy time with your friends. You can, play with cars or Legos or a pillow fight with a fort, whatever. I said it a billion times. I'm gonna say it a billion times again. Enjoy and relish those times with your friends when you don't have to worry about a whole lot, especially during the summer. Then play with your pillows. That's fine. Use your imagination. You're happy, whatever. But yeah. Sorry, I think I interrupted you, Hulkbuster. I think you were starting to speak, and I just totally cut you off. So I do apologize.
It's all good. You can keep going.
Well, no, that's all I got. I'm just saying, in case you haven't noticed, I've been saying the same thing, on repeat pretty much, for 12 times in a row. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, I was just pointing out how you said, if you had any friends. I'm like, are you pointing out that I don't have friends?
Well, you could, you could not. I don't want to say go play with your friends and somebody, starts crying because they don't have any. No, this is not roleplay, because it's just me and the thing. Hulk Poet says hello. I'm sorry, Poet says hi. Not hello.
Oh, hi, Poet. I know exactly who you are.
That almost sounds like a threat. I know exactly who you are. I know exactly where you live.
He's one of my. He's my head admin in the V2 server, I believe.
Oh, nice.
Head admin, yeah.
Poet says a long time no see.
Long time no see. He just talked to me today. No, but Tuesday, what was that?
He does that. Like, there's one time I talked to him 5 minutes before, and then he talked to me again. He was like, "Long time no see." I was like, "What?"
No, but Zach, if I could say one thing, all the communities together here, we are a family. And family, kind of like in Netherlands, the Johanna. Johanna means family, and family means no one gets left or forgotten. And yeah, sure, in DOIJ, staff gets caught up, and they might read your message but not respond, but they still know you sent them a message. But we're family here. We take care of each other. You can have any one of the V2 members, anyone from the Xbox main, the interview server, the training server, where I've pulled my part in, they'll say, hey, yeah, he's cool, he's chill. You respect him, he respects you. That's how family works. I mean, if you have that one broken chain, that chain is kind of useless.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I mean, and with that said, so yeah, there you go. Sometimes I don't have Life Matter Discord, but I kind of do. He's laying right next to me. But yeah, and with that said, I'm speaking for myself because I don't like speaking for others when I say things like that, because I might get it wrong. I don't think I am, but my DMs are always open. We have questions or any concerns, or you just want to chat, and if I don't get back to you immediately, I will get back to you as soon as I can. Sometimes I get a lot of DMs. I'm not like a staff in the other server. I'm obviously the host of the podcast server and the podcast. But aside from that, I'm only a trainer. But I do get some days I do get a few DMs. And my memory is completely terrible. So if I forget to respond, I do kind of try and look through my my DMs every once in a while and make sure I've responded. But yeah, my DMs are always open. At any time, day or night. If I don't respond, I will when I can. So.
Yeah, that goes same here. You guys feel free to message me at any time. Unless you're in the V2 server, go ahead, follow COC then.
Yeah.
Otherwise, unless it's personal, I'm open to anything. My life has been, I've been through ups and downs, treatment facility. You say I've probably been there, done there. Been there, done that, sorry, correction. But if it's something personal and you don't want to follow COC with it, go ahead, bring it straight up to me. I'll talk to you guys about it. I know plenty of coping. I know plenty of ways to relieve stress. A lot of my IRL always come to me for advice. Hey, my girlfriend just broke up with me. What should I do? If it's something to that effect, bring it up to me. I'll help you guys. I'll be more than happy to help.
Yeah, I'm not actually, staffing pretty much any other server, but, if you do have any questions and you don't want to, DM like in PS4 main, if you do have, any questions and you don't want to DM, a civilian staff or police staff or any other staff, you can DM me. I am friends with quite a few staff, so they don't actually mind it when I DM them. So oddly, even you'd think that since they know me, they'd be like, no, okay, why am I going over here? But yeah, so yeah, bonus. Well, so we're actually just about out of time. I know normally these go for about. I don't know why that's. There we go. Not sure why I decided to hide it, but I'm gonna go ahead and end it early because I know normally it's an hour. I'm gonna try to prevent them from being an hour long because it is a bit long unless good conversation is happening. Normally our cap out time is about 30-40 minutes, which we were just approaching 40, which we just hit. But the hour is just 20 minutes leeway if we are having good conversation. So if you have not done this already, please do go into the description below and go to the first link. Subscribe to Stephanie Plays Vlogs. She is our amazing co-host who cannot be here right now because it is 5 o'clock in the morning. 5:40 in the morning right now at the time of the stream. So do go, but she should be in the second podcast. So should be joining us for that. So do go subscribe to her channel. Also, if you want to join the Discord, the podcast Discord. Sorry, I'm tired. But if you do want to join the official DOIJ podcast Discord server, that'll be the second link in the description. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you do. You can also share that link. Everybody should be able to go ahead and create links to share the Discord server, because it is a server that is open to the public. If you want to join DOIJ, there's a link to the DOIJ roleplay interview server. We do have PS4, Xbox One, and PC or 5M main servers, and I think the same for V2. I know there's Xbox and PS4 V2. So if you don't fully pass the interview, if you pass enough to go into the server, you'll go into if you don't pass it enough to go into a main server, you can get trained to go into the V2. Which server's a server, so whatever you can get into, totally worth it. But we also have the Red Dead 2 PS4 and Xbox One servers. We do not have 5M, or I don't know if there'll be 5M. Sorry, we do not have PC Red Dead 2 roleplay servers because, well, it's not out for PC yet. I'm not sure why. It's kind of odd, but whatever. But and I'm gonna be completely honest. The Red Dead 2 roleplay servers that we do have are a little rocky. Not because people that are in it, not because the staff, but it has nothing to do with DOIJ, nothing to do with us. It's the fact that Rockstar has not yet released the invite-only lobbies, which they've got to be releasing at some point, hopefully in the near future. But yeah, so do go ahead and join. And if you do join the PS4, Xbox One, GTA 5 roleplay, I'm going to tell you this right now: the civilian level 2s are open temporarily. I think they're closing sometime tomorrow. I'm still not 100% sure on the closing time because I keep looking at it and it says like 12:80, whatever. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. It's like 12:80 BST, so I'm not entirely sure what time that's supposed to be. I'm not sure I'm supposed to do the math on that exactly. But yeah, do that. And so if you want to join LEO, if you're going to do it on PS4, please do join the LSPD. That again, if you're joining the PS4 main as cop, please go LSPD when you get in there, as they do need officers. And of course, you can also join Fire and EMS. They are also now accepting applicants, trainees, all that. So with that said, one more thing, that there are some changes coming to the podcast server that again should be hopefully implemented by the end of the weekend. Definitely by the end of next week. Like I said, I'll actually be away from my house this weekend, but I will work as hard as I can to make sure the changes get implemented. And then once the changes are implemented, then I will announce that. And I look forward to the wedding. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below if you have not done so already, and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified next time that the DOIJ podcast goes live. Thank you all so much for joining and listening in, and hopefully you will come back next time. 2K, you got anything to say to end this?
No, but again, thank you to Uzi. Let's get the numbers even more. Maybe get 350 for 100. And yeah, check the descriptions below.
Absolutely. So yeah, good night, everybody. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Right now, the time you're watching this, good, whatever it is for you. So yeah, again, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Turn on the notification bell. And don't worry, Ben Poet, we'll be doing another podcast in exactly 11 hours and 15 minutes, because we do podcasts every 12 hours, unless posted otherwise. So stay tuned, stay awesome. Thank you all so much for listening in. And as always, we will catch you next time.
Zach.